What is up, my football fanatics? My name is Thomas Noble, aka New England Patriots fan, and welcome back. Yes, back to episode 4 of my podcast, the Gridiron Podcast, where we discuss NFL and football, so much more. Today, as always, I'm with Peyton Cash.
Ayo.
And we got a special guest here. Typically, he's my younger brother, my flesh and blood, also a New England Patriots fan, my younger brother, Nathan.
What's going on?
Nathan Noble. Good to see you here, man.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Well, anyway, we got ourselves a good show today, including one surprising topic that is not NFL related, but we'll get to that later. But first, let's go over some football scores from Week 7, shall we? Excuse me. Our first game to discuss is the Cleveland Browns against the Denver Broncos, which technically now has Case Keenum as their backup since Baker Mayfield is out. So no Baker, no problem, because the Browns defeated the Broncos at home 17-14. Next match, the Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers, where Rodgers threw 274 yards and 3 touchdowns after a win at home 24-10. And we got ourselves the next game between Kansas City and Tennessee. And here's one question. What the hell was wrong with Kansas City? Because they just lost 27-3. Like, I ask, what the heck is wrong with Kansas City? Anyone?
They're just choking. They're bad.
So here's my concern on Kansas City. I mean, look at this way. Kansas City is just not the same team since they did last year's Super Bowl. And I don't know if this is kind of not a contender. I think the offensive line gets a little bit sloppy near the end of it. Maybe Patrick Mahomes can even try and get the throw to Tyreek Hill, and we keep running. But recently, turnover is kind of the big issue for Kansas City. So that is a little like an AFC Championship contender, and that did exactly what I saw against Tennessee. On the other hand, Tennessee had really done a good job to turn this around. After the win against Buffalo, they want to win against Kansas City. I mean, what's next for Tennessee? Let's see if the King had a chance to repeat the performance to try to move on to win MVP.
Okay, if you guys don't know what my brother's saying, he mentioned about Derrick Henry, who's nicknamed the King. So let's move on. Next, we'll to the Atlanta Falcons against the Miami Dolphins, in which the Falcons beat the Dolphins by 2 points, 30-28, where Matt Ryan threw 336 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, well, there's the game that me and my brother are, hyped from last week. New York Jets against the New England Patriots, a.k.a. what radio mentioned, a high school team, which I referred the high school princesses. So, yeah. So, the Patriots won against the Jets 54-13. Like, literally. Where Matt Jones threw his first career 300 passing mark, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, as Damian Harris ran 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Brandon Bolden received 6 touchdowns for 79 yards and 1 touchdown. And move on from there. The New York Giants take on the Carolina Panthers, and, well, the Panthers team issues just keep continuing. And now to lose. They lost 4 straight as the Giants win 25-17 38-3, and that's where the trademark called B. Jones, where he made his one-handed catch at MetLife Stadium. And the last time there was a one-handed catch, it was Odell Beckham Jr. in his rookie season with the Giants. So yeah, and move on from there, and move on. One game. I'm really surprised at this. It is the Cincinnati Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens were a good team, but they usually beat their rivals, but not to Cincinnati this week, because Cincinnati just murder the Baltimore Ravens 41-17, where Joe Burrow passed 416 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Jamar Chase received 8 touchdowns for 201 yards and 1 touchdown. So, moving on to the topic here. I'm only going to ask this to Peyton. Do you think the Bengals are a major threat in the AFC?
Definitely so. For sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about Cincinnati later on in one of our topics. Move on as the Philadelphia Eagles play against the Las Vegas Raiders, and make it 2-0 without 2-0 without their head coach, as they won 33-22 against the Eagles, where Carr threw 323 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kenyon Drake rushed 14 times for 69 yards and a touchdown. Next game, it is reunion. It's the Reunion Bowl, as the Detroit Lions take on the Los Angeles Rams. Stafford faces his old team, which is the Lions, and Jared Goff faces former team, which is the Rams, where he take the Super Bowl. But the Rams get the advantage as they won 28-19. 334 yards, 3 touchdowns for Stafford, and Cooper Kupp received 10 touchdowns for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Moving on for that game, the Houston Texans against the undefeated Arizona Cardinals. And Arizona literally straight up murder the Texans 31-5, as Kyler Murray get his MVP stakes high with 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chase Edmonds rushed 15 times for 81 yards, and the newest addition to the team, Zach Ertz, received 3 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. As we move on for that game, the Chicago Bears against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, well, I'm really going to apologize, Ross, for this, because his Bears got murdered by the Buccaneers. Literally got murdered by the Buccaneers 38-3, where Tom Brady got his 6th career touchdown pass with his 211 yards, 4 touchdowns, and while Godwin received 8 times for 111 yards and a touchdown. And one game, and the Sunday night game at Santa Clara, as the Indianapolis Colts take on the San Francisco 49ers. And, well, my pick was the Colts last week. Peyton picked the Niners. And, well,
I was wrong.
You're dead wrong. It was like raining in Santa Clara, and also the Colts lead to a huge win at Santa Clara. Desperately need that win, and they did 30-18, where Michael Pittman Jr. is the only one who got a lot of yards here. 4 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Nathan, can you stop making those noises? Thank you. Move on. As the New Orleans Saints face the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football, as the Seahawks were entering the game, were undefeated on Monday Night Football. And that streak has went to an end, as the Saints beat the Seahawks 13-10, a low-scoring affair. as Jameis Winston passed for 222 yards and a touchdown. Alvin Kamara just rushed 20 times for 51 yards, and while he received 10 times for 128 yards and 1 touchdown. And that's it for week number 7 of these results. Next, we got it. Up next, it is our next topic is Deshaun Watson open to trade destinations besides Miami as Carolina emerge as an option. As we know already, the trading deadline is on November 2nd, and plus, and one quarterback in particular might be on the trade block, which is Deshaun Watson, which is formerly played for the Houston Texans, where he got those allegations, sexual assault, I believe. I don't know. So he has 2 options to go to, which is the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers. So I'm gonna ask to both of you this trade. He has Deshaun Watson has a no trade clause. He will pick where he go. So, which out of these 2 teams do you believe should Deshaun Watson trade to? Miami, Carolina.
Miami.
Let's start.
Me's Miami.
And why do you think it's the Miami Dolphins?
I think the Dolphins would have a great quarterback in Watson, because Carolina already has a very good quarterback by Darnold, and Dolphins. I don't know who the quarterback is now, but I think I know Tua is injured and out for a bit, but I don't know if he played this week. So Watson will.
Tua just played last week.
Okay. So I would say they would probably have Watson either start the quarterback position in Miami, if he does go to Miami, or he might be the backup to Tua. But we don't know yet. But I feel like Watson would do wonders in Miami.
Nathan, same question to you. Miami or Carolina? If you're Deshaun Watson, which one of those teams should you consider to be traded to?
Definitely have to be Miami on this one. And the reason, because Carolina's already have a quarterback. Sandano's he's already been like this in the situation that is usually the play is Sandano's going to have to play Carolina for the rest of the season. But on the other hand, we don't know if Tua Tagovailoa or Jacoby Brissett is going to be in the quarterbacks game on Miami to get to reach the promised land in the playoffs. So they only down 1-6. They're losing against Atlanta. So the only option is to pick is Miami. So Deshaun Watson is going to make a Miami debut or maybe somewhere next season. If that depends on Miami season goes.
I'm going to disagree. I got the Panthers.
Really?
Because
Why the Panthers?
Hear me out. I don't think Miami needs another quarterback because they only look at the future of Tua Tagovailoa and plus you got Jacoby Brissett who's doing so well after Tua has been injured. So the only quarterback, the only team out of those 2 has problems on quarterback is Carolina. Right now, P.J. Walker is the one who's in the position where the Darnold got benched last week, and he's not doing well. He never got a single completed. So technically, if you're looking for a team that desperately needs some help on the quarterback side of things, go for Carolina, for heaven's sake. Carolina lost 4 straight, and they're not looking forward to lose 5 straight. So I would say this. if you get Deshaun Watson to Carolina, do one of these things. I will do one thing: bench Darnold and start Deshaun Watson. So that way, you could have because Watson is definitely Watson is a ideal dual threat quarterback to deal with, and plus. Plus Carolina is the same division as the Buccaneers, and plus Tom Brady is not doing good against like Deshaun Watson when he's with the Texans or a different team. So technically, to me, the best fit for Deshaun Watson here, in my opinion, is the Carolina Panthers, not the Miami Dolphins, because Miami already has the quarterback settled. Carolina is in the quarterback crisis.
Can't argue with that.
All right, not bad. Not a bad choice for Watson.
All right, next topic. It is the Cincinnati Bengals. They're all officially a contender in the AFC after thrashing the Ravens. And now, this one is from NFL.com, and I quote, "After the biggest statement of the NFL season had been made, Jamar Chase sat at his spot in the locker room and watched. As a rookie, Chase hasn't been privy to the Cincinnati Bengals' brutal history here. The beatdowns and humiliations that, as much as anything, came to defy the Bengals, a league doormats. Chase was still a draft prospect last year when his once and future quarterback was sacked 7 times by the Ravens. Neither was on the field for most of the games, in which the Ravens outscored the Bengals by 101 points in 2 seasons. So Chase, after catching 8 passes for 201 yards and a touchdown Sunday, just took it all in. It was tight end C.J. Uzuma reported lit in the locker room, and you could hear the celebration through the walls almost by as vividly as Chase could hear it in person. Now, as of right now, the Cincinnati Bengals are the number 1 team in the AFC North over the Pittsburgh Steelers, over the Cleveland Browns, and definitely over the Baltimore Ravens. And they're currently the number 1 seed in the AFC. So, I already asked you this, Peyton, and I'm going to ask this again. Do you feel like the Cincinnati Bengals, with the rookie Jamar Chase, who's going to be a favorite in the Rookie of the Year Chase on offense, and even the quarterback, their franchise quarterback of Joe Burrow, do you believe that the Cincinnati Bengals could be a threat to the AFC, to the Kansas City in the world, Buffalo Bills in the world? Do you think Cincinnati could be a threat to the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs on the AFC?
Definitely a major threat, for sure. Like, I don't know what happened in Cincinnati, but they do need to wake up. Because last season, they kind of got knocked out because of Burrow injuring last season. But ever since this season, they woke up. Like, woke up. And they're like, what? They're what, 5-2 now?
Yeah, they're 5-2.
Oh my god. That's like one of the best records for the Bengals I've ever seen. Like,
yeah.
In my life.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And last season, Cincinnati do not even have a good season at this rate. If I could look at the last year's schedule for the Bengals, Cincinnati, according to their win-loss record here,
What's like 6-10?
they just lost. Oh, crud! Hold on. So for the I got it. For the Cincinnati Bengals last season, they are 4-11-1.
Jesus.
4 wins and 11 losses of one tie. And that only tie at that season was to the Eagles.
My God.
And their wins came from Jacksonville, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and even Houston.
My God.
And compared to this season for Cincinnati, they just literally just explode this season. They're 5-2 this year. They only have like almost 9-loss differential from last season, which I'm surprised.
My God.
Now, Cincinnati's schedule, according to this season, now they beat Minnesota in overtime. They beat Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Detroit, and they defeat their division rival Baltimore. And their 2 losses came from the hands of Chicago and Green Bay in overtime, which is might be the best games in Week 5. And right now, Cincinnati is in a hot streak right now. And technically, I think they could match up with Buffalo, Kansas City, or possibly the Tennessee Titans in this division. Possibly the team that might be the dark horse to go to the Super Bowl. So, Nathan, now on to you now. Do you believe that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be a major threat to the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs and the rest of the AFC?
Definitely going to be a legitimate threat. And it's as simple as this. I mean, Cincinnati goes on in the AFC Championship game, which, by imagining this, that means Joe Burrow could be in his first experience in football, which I don't think they're going to make again. I do believe they're going to be the biggest threat in the AFC. You got Josh Allen, the top quarterback for Buffalo, facing against Joe Burrow. And I know which one quarterbacks can go back and forth. It's going to be a low score affair. 2 defense will come in at it, and they will actually bring the head of the table, see which one of the better defenses is way better, Cincinnati or Buffalo. And Kansas City may have to be the same thing. So I think a legitimate threat. Yes, there will be a legitimate threat at the AFC.
Okay, move on. Next topic. This is not the National Football League related, but this is the one. It is for college football wise. This is the football. This one football game my dad, my brother, and myself watched last week, and I want Payne's reaction to that.
No. I know this for sure.
No. Do not spoil for this.
I'm not.
I'm going to read this article, and I'm not reading this. This is from Yahoo Sports.
All right. Good.
So, and I quote, Illinois took down number 7 Penn State on the road for the first big win of Brett Bielema's tenure, and the alumni made a phenomenal case for bringing ties back to college football in the process. The alumni defeated Penn State in a 9 overtime. Yes, 9 overtime.
Jesus.
Stunner on Saturday. It took 60 minutes of regulation, 2 normal overtime periods, 7 exchanges for 2-point conversion attempts for Illinois to notch the 2018 win. By the number of overtimes, it was the longest game in NCAA history. All told, the two teams combined to score 18 points total in 9 periods of overtime. Penn State had the win in its hands in the first go-around of overtime, but Jaquan Brisker dropped what looked like an easy interception on 3rd down for Illinois.
So many drop passes too.
Yeah, it was like a lot of drop passes until Illinois got their backup quarterback. Their backup quarterback. That's right, their backup quarterback. Because here's the thing: Arthur Sitkowski got injured, like roll over his wrist after an incomplete pass in one of those overtime periods. He exited with a wrist injury, which would bring Brandon Peters under center, which is their backup. And literally, he at the ninth overtime, he finally found a receiver that is wide open, and finally somebody won the football game. And that is the 2-5, now 3-5, the University of Illinois Fighting Alumni. Now, have you ever seen a college football game that has like that many overtimes, like 4, 5, 6, or 7 overtimes?
Yes. A&M versus LSU.
Legitimately, I had never seen so much overtimes. I am legitimately about to get myself a headache. Too many overtimes. That's
Yeah.
it. Love it.
I mean,
sorry.
Okay, bro, you better listen here. That many overtime, like, there's a huge difference between what the NFL has for overtime and college football. But college football is more exciting to me because you got to see these prospects competing in these colleges, and plus you have something to prove, and plus that very game for Illinois and Penn State in 9 overtimes could prove to you why this football program is not just trying to win this football game, trying to have like some draft scouts watching this football game and see how is your player in that particular college stand out. And typically, in that very game between Illinois and Penn State, it's not a major headache. It is an exciting football game. We don't expect who's going to win this game because, like, Penn State was a favorite to win this football game until Illinois came out of nowhere and literally have a lot of 300 rushing yards on their offense. Not a single, almost like less passing yards, more rushing yards. And technically, for me, this is exciting football to me. And that should be exciting football for everyone else in the U.S. and across the country, and definitely for these people who are at University of Illinois or Penn State University.
I can't deny that. I can't deny it.
Yeah, the thing is,
All right.
before this game happened, longest overtime that I've seen was LSU versus Texas A&M. They went to 7 overtimes. And the funny thing is, LSU celebrated way too early. And that even was on a spot on. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know that. I saw that game myself. And Texas A&M, for the quote, also, by the way, they beat Alabama this season, which I'm happy about this.
Same here, bro.
So anyway, A&M was the good team in the SEC when they faced LSU in that 7 overtime period. But moving on for that game. But this game just literally surpasses that 7 overtime period at SEC. This is a Big Ten showdown.
Oh yeah.
Which Penn State was a favorite to win this game. And then you have Illinois, who is looking for a win in their column ever since those 2 wins against like easy football programs. And those five was come from like some of the tougher teams they face, and most importantly, the Big Ten opponents, like Ohio State or like any other Big Ten conference teams. and then you just can't come to Happy Valley in Pennsylvania, upset the number 7 team, now the number 20th team in the nation out of Penn State, who they have, which Penn State now gets Ohio State this Saturday. Illinois, I don't know who they got, but they're going to show why they're going to be a threat on the upset race in the Big Ten Conference.
Illinois, right? They
Illinois
have Rutgers.
Yeah, they're definitely going to win that football game.
Really? Because they actually have Rutgers as the favors.
Yeah, technically, to me, Illinois could prove the critics wrong. And technically, they could do that. They just did. They just proved that against Penn State. Why not against Rutgers? Rutgers is, to me, Rutgers is not a good college football team. Illinois could, and I'm going to say this, Illinois is going to prove the critics wrong, and they're going to win this football game. Just like what they did to Penn State.
Exactly.
All right. With that out of the way, that's a large thing. A large piece of information I had to yell at. Oh my God. Now we're gonna have the fantasy football preview for Week 8, and I'm going to pull up those what they call fantasy ESPN fantasy point spread. If this could ever load. Okay, God damn it. Never mind, I got it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so according to fantasy ESPN, we got ourselves a good grudge match between the Chicago Straight Edges and the New England Englishmen, which the Englishmen have our favorite and are 14-point favorite over the Edges. Then the Giants versus the Carolina Defenders, as the LaVarville Giants are a 13-point favorite in this match. And we got the Los Angeles against the who gives a fuck about that team. So yeah. So I got Errors are going to win easily against Cheese in my head, which who gives a crap about them. Giants are going to beat the Defenders, and it's going to be, but this matchup is going to be close. But I predict New England is going to beat Chicago. And last but probably not least, our Week 8 predictions for the NFL in particular. Now, same thing. So, and we're going to begin with tonight's Thursday night football game: the Green Bay Packers against the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals are in favor to win.
All right, and since I finally get my brother in here, so Nathan, what do you got? Packers or the Cardinals?
I'm taking the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals is going to have a chance to win. But with Kyle Murray is going to be the MVP, I think definitely the Cardinals and they connect to with DeAndre Hopkins and Zach Ertz, and they have a good passing game. So without J.J. Watt, we got no problem. Let's see how the defense can play without J.J. Watt. I got the Cardinals.
All right, Peyton.
Cardinals.
I'm going to agree with y'all here. I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well here. Green Bay is a definite trouble because they don't have Devontae Adams nor Lazard due to the COVID-19 list. So Cardinals are going to remain undefeated no matter what in this game.
Yeah.
All right, next game is the Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta is in favor to win.
All right, I'm going to go first. Since Carolina has like quarterback problems, like I said from the Deshaun Watson conversation, I'm taking the Falcons because why the heck not? Because you got Kyle Pitts, who's potentially the best rookie tight end and possibly the best rookie receivers. I mean, second or third best rookie receivers in this draft class. And technically, now he's his favorite target for Matt Ryan. So I got the Falcons.
Same. Definitely going for the Falcons here.
Nathan.
Definitely going to go to Atlanta. Like Thomas, my brother mentioned, Atlanta has probably going to against Carolina. Unfortunately, San Antonio is in deep trouble. He's in deep trouble. You got Atlanta, and then you got New England after the Atlanta game. So I think San Antonio's going to lose to Atlanta easily.
All right, next game is the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills.
Bills
Buffalo might be the favorite.
Yep, Bills are definitely the favorite to win this one.
With that said, I got to go with, even though I hate this team and they're really good, I got to go with the
Bills. Yeah, Bills too.
Yeah, definitely have to go with the Bills.
Yep.
One other pick against the Bills. And
All right. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears.
The 49ers are actually the favorites to win.
All right. Nathan, you go first. Niners or the Bears?
well, Justin Fields is on the very first season with this was they failed losing against Tampa, and I'm afraid they're going to lose against the 49ers. We all know which one they had two quarterbacks against start. So we already know Jimmy Garoppolo will get the start. So I think in the pose, the San Francisco 49ers going to win over Chicago, but close, 38-20 to 28.
You know what? I'm actually gonna have to go with the Bears.
Wow, you picked Chicago. What? So tell me why you picked Chicago.
49ers, I heard from my dad, but 49ers is a garbage team. Like they've been I think now the 49ers can only call themselves the house of injuries. Because Jimmy Garoppolo got injured again, but I think he's back. But I'm expecting to see him get injured again and possibly mess up. So I'm going with the Bears and Justin Fields.
Well, I don't see any injuries coming for the Niners, but I'm also going with Chicago. This is going to be a revenge game after that loss, a huge loss against Tampa Bay. Justin Fields needs to show up and just make some big plays along the way, because you got a Niner team that you have might be the worst passing defense in the league in the NFC. So Justin Fields is he could scamper as well. He's a dual threat quarterback you had to deal with, and plus, don't forget to mention about that quarterback receiver connection of Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney. Thank you, Ross, for telling me that when the Bears play when Darnell Mooney's been mentioned. So that's the reason I got Chicago over San Francisco at Soldier.
All right.
I guess I'm along with Maryland.
Okay, next, Pittsburgh at Cleveland.
Cleveland is actually the favorites to win this one.
And I'm definitely going to pick this one. Cleveland's going to win this football game, either without Baker or with Baker. Pittsburgh is like, decent, but
they're all
so I got
Pittsburgh's more focused on TikTok, so Cleveland.
Okay, so to me, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Really? What?
Look, Pittsburgh needs to wake up. They need to wake up. The defense is a little sloppy. I get it. Pittsburgh needs a little wake up call. I know Cleveland is just a good hot team and they're a good streak right now. But I think Pittsburgh needs to finally need this some kind of wake up call, and their defense need a wake up call. They don't want to make sloppy mistakes, and they don't want to turn the ball. So they go with the future Hall of Fame Roethlisberger and Pittsburgh.
another odd pick.
All right.
Jesus. Next game we got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions at Ford Field.
Eagles are the favorites.
You know what I'm gonna go with. Sorry, jerk off, but you're going to get your 8th losses.
8 losses.
I got the Eagles.
Eagles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's an easy pick. Eagles.
So we know that Lions are going to get the first pick, though, right?
Yeah, the Lions are definitely might be the first overall pick. But we don't know for sure. But Tennessee against Indianapolis.
The actually surprising fact, the Colts are the favorites.
Uh-oh. So either the Colts, who are on a red-hot streak, or the red-hot Titans after they beat Kansas City.
Titans.
Nathan.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I'm gonna have to go with Tennessee. I like the fact that Tennessee is on the hot streak winning against Kansas City, and what they're showing now, they're legitimately the chance to win, to try to win the division. To win the division, you have to be very aware against Indianapolis. So I think Tennessee is going to win against Indianapolis. Derrick Henry is going to get another performance for lifetime alongside with A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill.
Peyton.
Tennessee.
What should I go with? Indianapolis.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Why?
I'm glad you asked. Carson Wentz, that's why. He literally proved last week he beat the Niners in a rainy, wet condition against the Niners, which they're typically the worst team in the NFC. Tennessee is really good, I get that. But winning against Kansas City, congratulations to you. But are you prepared for, like, Carson Wentz and the dual-threat quarterback he is, and possibly you got Michael Pittman Jr. out of USC. Fight on. By the way, go Trojans. Indianapolis have the best offense right now. Due to the fact you have a rushing quarterback like Carson Wentz, and plus the defense. Darius Leonard is going to have a big game, having a chance to sack Tannehill and possibly stop Derrick Henry if on your biggest game in your entire career out of South Carolina State. So with that said here, give me the Colts by a touchdown against the Colts.
You're gonna be wrong. You're gonna be wrong.
We'll see.
We'll see. Next, Cincinnati against the New York Jets.
Cincinnati are the favorites. We're all going Bengals, right?
Yeah, definitely go with Cincinnati.
Yep.
Cincinnati.
Next, Los Angeles Rams against the Houston Texans.
Rams are the favorites. I believe they are the favorites. Yep, they are.
Yep. Yeah, I got the Rams.
Same. Going for the Rams.
Rams.
All right, next game. The New England Patriots against the Los Angeles Chargers at SoFi Stadium.
Oh goodness. I believe. Yep. The Chargers are actually the favorites to win.
All right, Nathan, you're gonna go first. Don't be biased with this pick.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go with upset. I'm gonna get the Patriots.
All right, explain.
Okay, here's why I asked for this point. New England scored 54 points against the Jets, and Matt Jones came off with a tremendous game. And Demetrius Harris is the key to the running game. The Chargers defense had so many issues with the running game that couldn't stop the running game. Not a single one. And even the pass, let's see the pass defense. Maybe the pass defense is going to be legit, but Matt Jones will make quick decisions and they will have a chance to throw the ball so they can find the right receiver. Even the target, Hunter Henry, for crying out loud. The connection to Jones to Henry. I think Henry can continue. Henry's going to be on the hot streak, and New England will pull upset. But here's my final score. 31 to 24.
And here's the thing, though. Hunter Henry's facing his former team out of the Chargers. No, Peyton, you're next.
Chargers.
And why?
They're actually a very good team this year. Unlike the fact they had like a kind of record last year, but Chargers are like they're second in the AFC West, and they've got a very good team of a very good quarterback in Herbert. His playing skills unlike none other. So I'm gonna have to go with the the Chargers, to win against New England.
How about you, Thomas?
I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going with the same reason with my brother. But this time here, Matt Jones is going to be consistent in the passing game. Because Matt Jones is like first in all the categories in the rookie quarterbacks. And plus, he has less interceptions, which means he's like accurate, most consistent, and the most decorated rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm just going to predict this. Justin Herbert might have one bad game, which is against this Patriots team. The defense is going to be huge in this game for New England. And I'm going to say the rushing game and the passing game is going to be a factor in this game. Matt Jones and even Josh McDaniels going to plan some trick plays along the way, like they did against the Jets and even the freaking Texans, all people. And plus, and since last week is National Tight Ends Day, give that to the tight ends because Hunter Henry is going to get involved. So that's the reason why I have the Patriots to beat the Chargers.
You're an island, Payne. You're an island.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Jacksonville against Seattle.
Seattle is the favors.
All right, this is going to be a huge one. I know you guys are going to get a lot of hate from me. I'm actually going with the Jaguars to win this football game.
Same.
What now?
I got the Jaguars.
Same. I am also
because here's the reason. Okay, go ahead, Peyton.
Yeah, I am also going with Jaguars. I don't even trust the fact that the Seahawks got like embarrassed last Monday. So I'm having faith that Lawrence will ball out and hopefully get a good game against the Seahawks. So I'm going with the Jags for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same way here. I picked Jacksonville to win this football game because I do not trust Geno Smith whatsoever in the quarterback position for Russell Wilson because he's injured for 8 to 10 weeks. But here's the thing. Jacksonville needs a huge win out of the schedule. And what a way to get a win here is against a tough team out of the Seahawks who technically are without Russell Wilson. So that's the reason I got Jacksonville to win over Seattle.
To me, I have to go with the same thing. I'm going to go Jacksonville. I do believe Jacksonville needs to desperately another win. Trevor Lawrence came out with a huge first win in his NFL career back in London. So if his second win can help out Trevor Lawrence, maybe that could lead him to the future to be the 1 year veteran, other contender. So yeah, so Jacksonville desperately need to win.
All right.
All right, all of us got the Jaguars. All right, next game, Washington football team against the Denver Broncos.
I believe, Denver is actually the favorites in this.
Nathan, you're first.
Well, I can't believe I had to say it. I'm going to go the Washington football team.
Really?
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, I really am. I gotta go with the Washington football team.
All right.
I know Denver is the lot to take a loss out of Cleveland with the backup chasing him, but Washington football team has really had a very good job, a very good job of the rushing. So far, they're good rushers. Even McClare is a very good wide receiver. Now what you need to do is to stay out of this loser streak, and they just need to wake up. Chase Young is a primary key for their Washington defense. I think the Washington football team will pull an upset. I think Washington football team will knock off the Denver Broncos, and hopefully Denver send up crying like a babies.
Yeesh.
Jesus.
Harsh words from my brother here.
Ooh.
Peyton, what do you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Broncos.
Not so fast, my friend, because I got Washington football team to win here. And I had to agree with what my brother has to say again. Because, look, Washington has the defense to make a stop along the way here. They made it, they almost beat Kansas City in one of their games. Plus, this is against AFC West program. This is an AFC West team here. So they lost against an AFC West team out of Kansas City. So and plus Denver is tied for last in the division, which technically, and Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know what his condition is, but I just don't trust this offense at all. And plus, Washington right now with the defense going, Chase Young is right now might be the best defensive player in that team. So with that said, I think Chase Young will get 2 sacks on Teddy Bridgewater or someone to replace the quarterback in this way. So I got Washington over Denver in upset.
All right.
All right, next we got ourselves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints.
You know what? I'm gonna let you two pick this one because y'all know who I'm going for. So.
Okay, Nathan, what you got?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to go with Tampa. I'm gonna go with Tampa because I do believe that Tom Brady is the future Hall of Famer. I can't deny what Tom Brady is doing. What he's doing of the regular season. He's keep going with his routine. The passing is a very good helping up play to get the chance to open receivers. Mike Evans is a very good receiver, and I like the Payne was really like the Buccaneers defense coming in at factor. The interceptions is gonna be hurting New Orleans now. Jimmy Wentz is gonna pick up twice, and then Tampa Bay will win this game 41-28.
You're next, Peyton.
I don't know. It's just you two. Because y'all know who I'm picking.
I know. But I'm sorry. I got the Saints.
Explain. Explain.
Here's my reason. Jameis Winston is at his prime since Drew Brees was is in retirement. Jameis Winston is right now might be the quarterback threat to the Buccaneers. I said this threat. And Alvin Kamara is going to have a huge game against Tampa Bay. I say he's going to get almost 90 or 100 rushing yards. And I think this Saints defense is going to ball out. And like I said, like last year, they lost. Tampa Bay lost, and Brady lost in his Buccaneer debut against the Saints. Deja vu in the first game against the Saints. They're getting this L. So that's why I got the Saints upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And let me guess, Payne. You go over your favorite team, the Super Bowl champs?
I mean, I gotta. I have to. You know?
Alright. Okay, next game. The Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings.
Cowboys, I believe, are the favorites in this Sunday night game.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys.
Cowboys!
Really
Give me them Cowboys. Nate?
Nathan?
Nate?
Nathan, I can't even hear you, dude.
I'm going to go with Minnesota.
No!
What?
What?
Please tell me, for the love of God, why? Why?
Whoa, wait.
Time out. Why the Vikings? Why?
Why did you pick the Vikings over a freaking red hot Dallas Cowboys team? Why?
Explain.
Can't hear him again.
They need to win. The Minnesota Vikings desperately need to win. And I do believe their their chance with Cook, the running game Cook is going to be a factor. And they need Stephen Smith need to make a mockery of the Cowboys. Finally, the Cowboys streak winning is done. Done. Minnesota upset.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this here. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna say this in my show here. That is a lousy pick. That is a
Lousy.
That is a lousy pick. If you somehow you get a W if you pick if Minnesota wins this game, I'm just going to toss I'm going to toss and break the plates, for heaven's sake.
Okay, now we have the Monday night game.
We get the Monday Night Football game. The New York Giants against the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs are the favorites to win.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs need to get going. They need to turn this around. They need to turn that crap around. I see the sloppy offense and sloppy defense, penalty calls against Kansas City. So why not turn this around though against the Giants? So let's go Kansas City.
Nah.
Peyton.
I'm going for New York.
Wait. You got the Giants?
I'm picking the Giants.
Okay. Why you pick the Giants?
I'm picking the Giants because I know for a fact that they basically how do I put it? You know for the fact that they balled out against Carolina and they know that they are a talented team. They got Daniel Jones. Even though they got most of their stars out, I feel like the Giants could possibly upset Kansas City because Casey, they got some lousy offense, got some lousy defense, and they just fall from grace at this point. Giants win.
Okay. I'm gonna have 3 letters. O. B. Jones.
Okay.
My pick.
Yes!
My pick is the Giants.
Let's go!
Okay.
Because look, Giants are red hot right now. Their win against Carolina is proving they're not done. And I'm going to agree with what Payne said here. Kansas City's problem with their offense is not Patrick Mahomes. No, he's the greatest. He's a good quarterback in this generation. The only problem is the offensive line. They didn't protect Mahomes, and this is the reason why Kansas City does. This is why Kansas City's like 3-4 all of a sudden. Their defense is like meh. Their offensive line is trash. They need and with Orlando Brown cannot solve that problem. And the Giants are really good right to me. And plus, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me this I'm wrong. The Giants against like AFC West programs, like tell me this I'm wrong here. They're not even that good. They're not even good against AFC West programs. Like Denver, for example, like freaking Las Vegas, or even like this team, or even the Chargers, all people. So technically, for me, I had to go with the Giants. Like they need to win more. They want to prove they're a tougher team to beat. So I got the Giants.
All
I
right.
agree with that one.
Nice. Let's go.
All right, so I want to thank my younger brother Nathan for coming over today. It's a huge one for me because he's my flesh and blood. He's my younger brother. He's my family. And we all know we're all this together since my mom passed away 2 years ago.
Right.
And before we sign off, I'm going to say something here. If you watch the Wrestle Our podcast, Radio made an announcement that he is going to return his old podcast, the BWN Radio, his old podcast, which there's a change because he's getting guests on, which I'm excited for that. So pay attention to that. According to Radio, it's next week. He doesn't know when, but he'll get to you. He'll let you guys know about then. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. My fourth episode of the Gridiron Podcast. The third episode did not release yet, but on Spreaker. But I hope it will be coming in with episode 4. So yeah, thank you for listening. From Nathan, Peyton Cash, I am Thomas Noble. We'll see you at the end of the kickoff. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Adieu.